Jagai Vasudev, now known as Sadhguru, was born on 3 Sept 1957. He belongs to a Telugu family who were in Mysore at the time he was born. His father was a doctor by profession and his mother was a homemaker. He was the youngest of 4 children. Sadhguru was not a very obedient son, but for sure a fantastic one. Too cool for kids of his age perhaps. He spent a carefree childhood. As a child he had very little interest in formal education. He preferred to roam the village and the nearby forests and spend time near the rivers, giving keen attention to nature. He never asked his parents for money cause he always found ways of earning a few rupees to make his ends meet. He would help catch, rescue, snakes in the village for something like Rs 50 / depending upon the size. He ran errands for elderly etc. He learnt about things by himself which he probably wouldn't have learnt at school, or even if he would have, it would have been in a very uninteresting method. At his parents' insistence he completed his education in Mysore. Since his school days he was fond of doing yoga and had started learning yoga from a teacher. A businessman. Sometime later, during his late teens, he tried his hand at various businesses. Being hard-working and focused, he ran them successfully. A yoga teacher. It was during these days that he found something that he didn't know he was in search of. He found enlightenment on September 23, 1982. This came as a shock to him. He was numb with the realization. Tears just started flowing. He couldn't stop himself from crying, so much so that his shirt was wet with tears. He was bursting with an indescribable kind of ecstasy. Every cell in his body was bursting with ecstasy. He felt one with everything around him. The rocks, the sky, the people, the mountain, everything seemed a part of him. None of his friends could comprehend what he described to them. They thought he had consumed something fishy. He was a totally changed person after this. Bliss was what he had experienced. Total bliss. He gave away his business to his friends and started teaching yoga. He was a caring and an attentive husband. After some years of teaching yoga and spreading his experiences, he got married to Vijayakumari. They lived a very happy life. They worked and played together with their other friends and associates and continued to build Isha ashram together. They had a very strong bond. They understood each other even without words. He's been a loving father. Radhi, their daughter, had a happy childhood. She traveled with them wherever they went. Whether it was on a motorcycle, car, or bullock cart. He allowed her to take up a profession of her choice. She's grown into a confident and a balanced young lady. A professional in the art of her choice. Now married. Apart from this, he is a great speaker. A great motivator. You could even call him an influencer. A dedicated social worker. He has the courage to rescue not only human beings from their unruly minds, but also rivers, temples, cultures. Last but not the least, he is a guru to millions of meditators and spiritual seekers. He is trying to make enlightenment reachable to everyone. He is showing us ways and means to attain this eventuality, which is usually the goal of spiritual seekers.